your step-by-step guide into waxing from home with your Trez Wellness Kit. Hi guys, my name's Becky and I am a licensed esthetician. I am somebody who's here to help you with your waxing journey. To test patch your wax, you want to make sure that before you even start, you want to get your wax melted down. All the beads need to be at the highest setting on your dial here. It will go no further. You will have a red light that will show here. It will change green once you've reached your recommended temperature on the dial. Once it's melted all the beads down, you want to change the dial to your recommended temperature that you want to use it at. Remember, this can change depending on the room environment. If the room is warm or cooler, you may need to change this dial. Occasionally, you may, through your waxing, feel the need to just go up or down and wait for it to get to the right setting. Before you start, always make sure the consistency of the wax inside the pot is like a thick honey. It shouldn't be like runny water or like a single cream, as that would be too hot. And if it's starting to set in the pot, you know you need to turn the dial up to make sure that it melts down further. Once you feel you've got it at the right temperature, grab some on your spatula and just test patch a small amount onto the inner part of your arm or your wrist. It should feel hot, but it shouldn't feel like it's burning where it takes your breath away. The main steps to follow before waxing at home. First thing you want to remember is to make sure that you've got the right hair growth before you start. You want to make sure that you're growing your hair to at least roughly around the length of a grain of rice. I always think of bottom eyelashes as always a good indication that you've got the right length on the body. If you leave your hair from about roughly 2 weeks from your last shave, you should be at the right time of where you need to be able to wax. And if you've been waxing previously, make sure that you leave it at least 4 to 5 weeks from your previous wax. You also want to make sure you exfoliate regularly, making sure that rid of all the dead skin cells that are on top of the surface of the body will help to make sure your wax grips onto your hair better and will grab any hairs that may be caught underneath in dry skin. So exfoliation is key. I recommend it at least 3 to 4 times a week and make sure you're doing it regularly in between your actual wax sessions that you do. Avoiding 24 hours after a wax, as your pores are open and your skin can be a little bit more sensitive to the exfoliations on top straight after. Once you have your kit set and ready, you want to make sure that you use your pre-wax cleansing spray before you put any wax onto the area. This will make sure we remove any natural oils, dirt or any makeup residue, moisturizers, anything that could be an issue that could stop your wax from gripping onto the actual hair. It also cleanses away bacteria, so when we're waxing we don't want any dirt to go back into the open pores. It's really important to make sure that we wax safely to stop any irritation after we've waxed. If you are someone that's finding that you're getting very hot, especially in areas such as the underarms or the edge of your bikini, you may find it's useful to have some talc-free powder that you can just apply to the surface of the area after you have cleansed and rub into the surface. This will absorb any of the sweat and help for the wax to grip onto the hairs properly for you. Exfoliation is key, but you may be wondering what exfoliation is good to use. You can use many things. I would avoid the most high perfume products that are on the market because this can irritate the skin if you're new to waxing. What I would recommend is a sugar scrub. Some of these sugar scrubs you can make from home. It is just purely sugar, some olive oil or essential oil or just fresh lemon, and this will help to just exfoliate any of the dry skin away without upsetting any pH balance on the body. Also, you can use a dry bristle brush which you can just lightly brush over the area before you get into the shower, making sure the skin surface is dry, and do this regularly. This will help remove any of the dead skin cells and make sure that you're not putting any harsh chemicals onto the skin. If you're finding your wax is taking a little bit longer to set, or you're getting warm where you've been waxing in the same spot, then just apply your hot wax onto the skin, and then you can use your pre-wax spray that comes within your kit that you spray to cleanse the area at the start. And light mist over the top will not only cool the skin, but it will cool the wax for you too, which will allow it to set quicker, which will make the process a lot more faster. As we applied in the direction of hair growth, we are now going to pull against the hair growth. It's really important once you have your handle up that you go parallel to the body. So by a quick pull going along the body, it will come and take the hairs out without snapping them. It's really common to get redness after waxing, so don't be alarmed if you see any red or pink spotting that comes up on the skin. This is a normal reaction to waxing. It's also quite common if you've got quite coarse hair, especially on the leg area, to see red dots across the surface. It's also something that you'll find that the warmth of the wax is going to make the skin warmer as well. So don't be alarmed if there's a slight bit of warmth. If it becomes burning hot, then obviously maybe stop using the wax and make sure you haven't had an allergic reaction. Using your after wax oil, just a light mist over the top, will only soothe the skin, but it will stop the redness and help with any of the reactions you are getting.